Hey everyone, it's Jenna Melanson from Canadian Beats Media. Today I'm joined by JC from the Canadian hard rock band Danko Jones for our latest segment of Zoomies. Welcome, JC.
How you doing, Jenna? And hello to all your listeners or viewers.
So, first of all, care to introduce Danko Jones to our listeners?
Danko Jones is a hard rock band, originally from Toronto, Canada, and we've been around for many, many years, put out many records, and yeah,
Okay.
if you don't know us, you can Google us.
For sure. You've released your album Electric Sound. Tell us a bit about the writing process behind that release.
Electric Sounds is our 12th studio album, and the writing process was a little bit different with this one. After the pandemic, we made a record called Power Trio, and we had to do that in a remote setting. And for this record, we took that remote setting a little bit, from what we learned, we took that remote setting situation a bit further because I don't live in Canada anymore. So
Mhm.
I was able to do all the pre-production for the record here where I live abroad, and Danko being in Toronto, and Rich, our drummer, is actually from the Maritimes. He lives in PEI. So we were all in three different places in the world, and we were able to create this new record, and it's out now. So we're really happy about it.
Awesome. So, you also worked with Eric Ratz on the album. How was that experience?
Eric's great. We've known Eric for many, many years. He's a top-notch producer, engineer, and all around great guy. So he's it's not the last record with him for sure. I know we'll continue working with Eric.
A few singles have been unveiled, such as Get High, Good Time, and Guess Who's Back. Other than these tracks, which song on the album were you most excited for fans to hear?
I think I mean I just when you put out a record, you kind of just want people to experience the whole record, and the way we kind of sequence the record is for it to be an actual LP where you listen to side A and side B. So I just hope that the listeners can enjoy the whole experience.
Definitely. Speaking of the single Get High, you also unveiled a video for the track. What was the highlight of that shoot?
I wasn't at the shoot, but there's lots of highlights in that shoot. And originally, there was an idea floating around of doing a video where there's wrestlers throwing people around, hence getting high.
Mhm.
But the literal meaning of the song went above everything else. So it was quite obvious where we took it, and it was quite fun. And I also have to mention that Damien Abraham from Fucked Up sings on that track and is
Mhm.
also in the video with Danko. And it was great to have Damien on that song, and it's great that he was able to be in the video.
For sure. So, being your 11th offering, how would you say your sound has changed through the years?
We've gotten better at our instruments. Recording has become more advanced since we started,
Mhm.
and yeah, there's always technology does take the music business of like the recording industry a bit further ahead, but at the end of the day, the songs are a song. So we've just been able to become better at writing and crafting the song.
Okay. So, the next five questions are just for fun.
Mhm.
Who was the first Canadian band or artist to catch your attention growing up?
Um, well, I guess you'd have to say Rush. And then, yeah, and then I've always been a huge No Means No fan. So they're one of the bands that I love. And then nowadays, like I said, Fucked Up are a great band. Death from
Mhm.
Above as well. I
Yes,
love those guys. And there's lots of bands that we're friends with in, in Canada and admire. But yeah, back in the days, I'd have to go with Rush.
okay. Who is someone you'd love to tour with but haven't had a chance as of now?
AC/DC.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you had to perform one cover song live, which would you choose?
Oh, that's a good one. we've done a bunch of cover songs. I don't know which ones we would do now. I guess anything by the Replacements, really. Maybe Bastards of Young. That's a good tune.
Okay. So we're currently in a transition period from summer to fall. So
Mhm.
let's talk about your favorite outdoor activity in this autumn months.
My favorite outdoor activity is actually I run. I run all seasons. So
Okay.
now in the fall months, I do a lot of trail running. So this morning there was a bunch of moose when I went out, and there was
Cool.
some deer and stuff on the trail. So it's nice to see them
For sure.
out and about. Just got to watch out for the bears.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah. Last but not least, our favorite places to play in Canada. How about I give you some of those?
Okay.
We are long overdue to come and play in the Maritimes, I must say. And years ago we played in Halifax, and there was a festival there. But we showed up, and I was like, "Oh my God, the weather's somewhat dreadful." Then we found out the day after that there was a hurricane that had hit, Hurricane Helen. So it's like, okay, I guess the weather's not always like this, but we'd love coming to the Maritimes. And we're long, long overdue to actually playing a show in Prince Edward Island in Charlottetown. If anyone's listening, because our drummer's from there, so we'd love to come out there and play.
For sure.
One of the few places we haven't played in the world, and we'd love to go there. So we played every other continent. So we'd love to come back up to the East Coast.
Okay, you gotta make that happen. So that's it for Zoomies. Thanks for joining me and congratulations on the new album.
Okay, nice one.